What's going on YouTube, GeoSnow right here. So in today's video I have an important video which will clarify some information about something that was released recently. So yesterday Synactive posted here on Twitter, quote, interested in macOS or iOS XPC exploitation, this developer just published a detailed solution to Alice CDF. So this one in here, sandbox share challenge with a reliable exploit. Of course a lot of people ask me if this can be used for jailbreak purposes since they read iOS and of course sandbox and exploiting here. So in this video we're going to talk about this and what it is and of course what it can be used for. So as you can see, if you open the article in here, we get a whole write-up about everything that's going on in here, how it works, the code, and they even posted the code here on GitHub, which is basically sandbox share, and says the detailed complete solution can be found on Synactive blog, which is this one here. So at first let's start with what is a CDF. A CDF is capture the flag. It's basically a challenge in the InfoSec world. If you want to prove that you can pawn a specific system or you can pawn a specific program, then you will of course complete a CDF. And the flag is usually either being able to read and write a specific file or to get a specific code, which normally you wouldn't have access to, and that one proves the fact that you successfully hacked the system. So these are like, if you want, games for hackers in order to prove what they know, to prove their skills. So this one appears to be for iOS and macOS. It's sandbox share in here, so it's XPC exploitation. And they did post a full exploit here, the code is available all the way here, but many people ask me whether this can be used for jailbreak purposes, and unfortunately the answer might be no. While there might be things usable here, this is basically a solution for a CDF or some sort of contest, or if you want, a game or a challenge. While this is indeed real pawning and a real exploit, it's actually not a sandbox escape exploit, which means that it's definitely not very good for jailbreak purposes, even though it's very detailed in here. Now the information present in this write-up can be useful for a jailbreak developer in order to understand the idea behind it and possibly exploit it for their own purpose, and that is of course for jailbreak reasons. But even if they do, and let's say they manage to do some sort of sandbox escape rather than sandbox sharing in here, that still probably wouldn't go very far. However, in this case, the only thing that can be done with this exploit is to read the flag, which is this one in here, which says Alice, good job, Mac ports are really cool, aren't they? So this is basically contained somewhere where you wouldn't have access normally, and using this exploit that you have to write, which of course you have to know how to do, you would be able to read that file that you normally wouldn't have access to. It is indeed pretty neat, and it does prove that you were able to successfully hack the system, being it iOS or macOS, which again is great, and publishing here the solution is also great for those who want to learn, but this may not be very useful for jailbreak purposes because it's a very specific scenario where you basically hack a very particular system containing that flag. So not really applicable in the real world with, you know, a sandbox escape or something like that. And even if you manage to get a sandbox escape for say 14.7.1 or 14.7, 14.6, 14.5 and so on, it's still just a sandbox escape. Even at that point, you will only be able to just escape your sandbox, not to get root, not to remount the file system, not to run any code at kernel level, just to access files outside of your sandbox, which is cool, but not enough for a jailbreak. So what Synactive posted doesn't have to do anything with jailbreaking, even though it says in here iOS and macOS XPC exploitation and sandbox. It's just a great write-up for a CDF. A great one, as I said, but it's not related to jailbreaking, and it's probably not very useful for that matter. So I really wanted to make this clear because a lot of people ask me on Twitter and here on the channel what that is that has been released, and of course whether we can use it. So I hope that this clears it up. It's not what we're looking for, is just the solution for a capture the flag challenge, which of course happens to be on iOS and macOS, but it's not really useful in the real world. So yeah, thank you for watching. I am GeoSnow. Till the next time, peace out.